Timely feedback on course material is very important for the student experience. It helps let them know what they're doing good, what they're doing bad, where they need to improve, but also it helps them feel that they're connected with you because there's someone there who's guiding them, not just giving them a grade, but giving them information. So I want to show you how to enter grades and also kind of talk about the feedback you should be providing to the students to ensure that we're supporting their academics. So students do their grades, their coursework, to grade the material. We do ask that you grade it, as promptly as you can, no more than 3 days after the due date, just to make sure that the students have that updated information, that updated feedback. And so as you're grading it, there's a couple different ways you can enter the grades. There's some activities that you can set up to be self-graded. But to enter the grades, let me show you a couple different ways you can do that. The easiest way to do that is when you're in your course, click on grades, and you'll see the grader report. If you turn your edit mode on, it'll update and you'll see under each activity, there will be these boxes that you can then just basically enter the grade. So you can override it or write it up, whatever it might be. There, the grade was an 80. I don't want to change it, even though this class is already done. But I'll just turn the edit mode off. If I don't want to change anything, I'll just click leave, and it'll leave the grades as they are. Well, that's a quick way to do the grades. It's probably the least effective because you're not providing the students with any feedback. Another way to do the grades is, if you see the activity, if you click on the little pencil, this will bring you into the item grader. I prefer to use this method because what this allows you to do is you can enter the grade, but then also input feedback for the students. In this case, this is a discussion question, so the feedback was provided in the actual discussion post in response to the students' answers to the discussion question. Let's say for an assignment, you want to enter feedback here. In order to do that, you may need to click on override. So you can click on a single one, which then opens it up for you to put your comments or your feedbacks, whatever it might be. Or if you want to click override all, you can do that for all of them and then put your feedback. If for whatever reason a grade is going to be excluded for a specific student, this is very rare that this would happen in the very specific circumstances. I don't know that I've really ever seen it. But say it's an activity that, an extra credit activity or just something you're having them do, you can also exclude a grade from here by clicking all, or if you want to just do it for a couple students for whatever the reason might be, you can exclude a grade. Maybe it's an extra credit assignment that the first student didn't do, so I'm going to exclude it from them. That way it's not counted into their overall grade for that category. So this is another way that you can input grades and incorporate feedback for the students. And again, the feedback's an accreditation thing. We need to be doing that for our students to make sure you're adding this feedback. The other way that you can enter grades is, in the assignment itself. If it's a Turnitin assignment like this, you have the option to edit the grade as you're viewing it. Two different options on how you can enter grades. So next I want to show you how to export the grades because we need to send out exported grades at midterms and at finals, for documentation and record purposes. So same thing, if you go to your grade, whatever view shows up, if you click on the drop box, you can come down to export, which gives you the options to export your grades. Here, you're going to change this to Excel spreadsheet and just leave everything clicked. So this way it'll show every activity, the grade for that activity for each student. You scroll all the way down and make sure you're including feedback in the exports. This way, as you submit the grades to your program director, you can also show that you're putting the feedback and they can help evaluate that or give you advice or tips on it. Exclude suspended users. So these are students that were dropped. So we don't from the course, so we don't need to see those. We leave everything else the same. We then download, which gives us the grade in an Excel sheet, which now we can see. It gives the student information, which I've blacked out there, but then it has each activity and the grade they received for it. And in some cases, when there was feedback given, it shows also the feedback that was provided. So this is what you want to be submitting to your program directors. Gives the final grades, the category totals, and the overall course total. So midterms and finals, we're submitting this in order to ensure that we're documenting the student grades, just in case anything happens with SU Learning or the grade submissions or whatever it might be.